All right, everybody. We are back with a new guest today. We've got a new face on the podcast. This is a personal friend of mine for a very long time. I consider him my first real friend in Florida. Someone I grew up with, have probably 7 years of friendship with. This is Ryder Woodson.
How's it going?
You gotta get close to your mic, my friend.
Sorry.
So we're starting off. We're gonna try to keep it nice and loose, but let's get into a little bit of what you do, what makes you a little bit special. People are clicking on the title. They know you're a D1 baseball player. So tell us how you got into baseball and all of that.
I mean, I really just grew up like a sports addict, bro.
Okay.
I watched football, basketball, everything. Always loved sports. Kind of just probably from being put in it at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just found like my love for baseball. Like at 6 or 7, I forget what it was, but young, I had to pick between like soccer. I played like travel soccer. My parents wanted to meet friends, so like they were new to the city and just put me in soccer to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad played baseball. I kind of knew that. Didn't really like think anything of it, but I just played baseball a couple times and just stuck with it, bro.
And so what about baseball was more attractive than, let's say, soccer? You want to be close to the mic.
That's a good question. Like, actually, I have no clue.
It
just happened, bro.
Like a gut feeling?
I was stuck in T-ball and then just kept signing up, kept playing.
And so you just kind of gotten good over time? Or like, were you always good, or were there times where you were playing baseball and you were the worst on the team, or like you were so? Because as we know now, you're obviously a really good baseball player. But was it always that way?
Bro, I can't lie. I was the worst player probably in like the entire state of Florida at like 12 years old. I was like this 5'2" little kid like at like 14, and we like moved up to like the big field, which is like where all the big leaguers play and all like the MLB players. And I was just this little weak, scrawny kid. I mean, I still kind of am, but like I'm not 5'2" anymore. So yeah, I struggled, and it was honestly a hard like mental challenge that you had to overcome.
So for those of you guys, actually none of you really know, not even Ben knows. I moved here in 5th grade, so we were probably like 9 or 10. Ryder and I were just about the same size in 5th grade. So,
really?
So like if Ryder and I stand up right now, I mean, you could just see from us sitting down. I mean, what are you, like 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, about there.
So I'm only about 5'4". So I mean, we were literally the same height for probably the longest time.
That's crazy.
And so
Kyle's just stuck in the past.
Yeah, bro. I got stuck, bro. I don't know what happened. This kid just randomly grew. So I remember the story of us first meeting and becoming friends. This is my first year in Naples, and it's like my first time ever. And I'm sitting on the bus in like the back, right? Because like you're in 5th grade, like you're at the back of the bus because you're the oldest, right? Because that's
we the cool
school.
kids.
Right? Like even though I was new, even though I knew I was new, like that's just how it worked. Like that's just the hierarchy. So I'm sitting back, and this kid's sitting behind me, and he goes, "Oh, like you live in my neighborhood. You want to play basketball sometime?" Because I was wearing something Curry. I don't know. I used to be in love with Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
And so he goes, "Yo, like let's go play basketball." And then I'm like, "Oh, yo, like where do you live at?" And then like we ended up just playing basketball, and then from there we just kind of like every day it was kind of just like a normal thing to be playing outside, football, basketball, hockey a little bit. And then we kind of just like we never really stopped being friends. I mean, we distanced like a little bit like beginning of middle school, and then we kind of like came a little closer once high school started.
In middle school though, you remember building tree houses, bro? Like we would sneak behind this kid's grandma's house and build a tree house. Like I forget how long.
Bro, how do you build a tree house?
So I remember this. We just had this bright idea one day to start a tree house. And so, like, there's this little plot of, like, forest right behind my grandma's house. So we ended up wanting to just – we must have seen, like, a YouTube video. And we're just like, fuck it. So so we go and just have this idea. We're looking up how to, like, actually build it. Like, we're really looking up, like, how to build a house, how to build a foundation, all of this. And then we came to the problem of we don't have money for supplies. So then we're just like we're thinking about how to get money for like this, right?
Oh, y'all are really about to build this treehouse.
Kyle's been bag chasing since he was like 5 years old, bro. This kid loves that stuff, bro, and I respect that.
So we decided to start a lemonade stand. So we got a table, and I don't even know how much. We maybe made like $20 or something, right? Like,
if that.
And then we went to the Home Depot with his mom, and we went and bought pieces of wood. Whatever happened, I don't even think we were able to build a door. Like, we were literally 10 years old trying to build something. But, like, we just did it. And day in and day out, we tried to, but we never really got to it, never finished it.
That's unfortunate.
But I think to me, it's the things you learn in that kind of lesson, right? So let's talk about the first thing, right?
Okay.
You're setting a plan into action. That's the first thing that you really, really learn from doing something like that. You have this idea, as outlandish as it sounds. I mean, now you're laughing about it, but at the time we were dead serious. We wanted to take the action. We took it serious. We figured out the issues that we have right now. What are the issues we have? We don't have money. Money is our biggest constraint right now. How do we get money? We then figured out, okay, well, we can start a lemonade stand. We can get resources from the neighborhood and put it in, right? So then you figure that out. Then you figure out where to get your supplies from, how to try to build stuff. And you start learning a lot of lessons. That's why I try to encourage people, if you have an idea, pursue it.
Yeah.
Because an idea is only an idea until you make it reality. Right? So same thing with dreams. If you dream of something, like I know Ryder, for example, he dreams of being in the MLB Hall of Fame, right? That's only a dream until he makes it a reality. And dreams can become reality. That's just the truth of it, right? But how many times does it take you to fail to get there, right? This is something I do want to really talk about here. Because failure is extremely important. Ryder and I really like this guy named Squid Hoss. His name is Lucas. I think I've talked about him before on this podcast.
He doesn't sound familiar. So give me a little rundown.
So Squid Hoss is this guy. His name is Lucas. He owns this shorts brand called Squid Hoss. Like literally Squid Hoss. And so he basically went to college and went into an entrepreneurial class. The same business plan that he uses now for his shorts company, his entrepreneurship teacher told him would not work. And so he goes on social media when he's in college and just starts posting videos. He posted 700 and something videos before his first one really blew up, right? And it's what I like to base a lot of my content around because I feel like I relate to Squid a lot, right? So I think he's a very interesting guy. He does like really good knowledge kind of information and advice videos. And he's just super inspirational for me. So, Ryder, what do you like about Squid?
I love that he was like the first, like out of high school, he was a loser. Everyone viewed him bad. He was never like a varsity sport player. He was just kind of like this fat, chubby white kid. And then he like got after it and he grinded to where he gets now. And he started a business and didn't just like leave his thought in his brain. He just like got after it and started it and pursued what he wanted to do.
And so what have you learned from him that has allowed you to grow? So like
failure is all a part of the process. Like if you fail, it's what you're going to do after you fail. Like are you just going to stay down and like continue to just stay down that bad path? Or are you going to like get up, get after it and try to do the right thing?
Failure is something, in my opinion, which is absolutely necessary in order to grow. I can't think of anything that just went perfectly in my life. Like I really can't picture anything where I wanted to start it and then it just worked perfectly. Like I really can't. As simple as like going to the store, bro. Like I hit traffic or I hit a red light, right? Like, it like seriously, like as simple as something like that. Like there's nothing you're gonna do in your life that you're not gonna have some sort of issue, especially the bigger it gets. So a lot of the things that I'm learned from Squid is like I know my time's going to come. He posted 700 videos. 700 videos on TikTok before
like 6 videos a day, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before he blew up. So just think about that, right? So how many times am I gonna post on TikTok and then one's just gonna hit one day? I mean, really, shout out Jacob Leiser for this. That like real talk. Shout out Jacob Leiser.
Are you kidding?
No. Listen. This kid, I commend his dedication. His dedication to what he loves is absolutely admirable. I do not care as like he's low key like kind of like a meme to me because like I know him.
He
but
is
like,
a meme, bro.
But like.
Regardless.
But look, he has a video with 27 point something million views. Million views.
He does.
He has 100K on TikTok. But this kid, someone interviewed him at his school, like one of those school interviews, and it kind of did like 50K views, and then he responded to it saying, "Yeah, that's me," and it got 27 million views. Look, I don't care what anyone says. He posted consistently. He put the work in, and he finally got the outcome that he wanted to.
He did.
Bro.
He has like 100,000 followers.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's commendable. Like no matter what you have to say, it is a commendable thing to have that much dedication and seeing that no matter what, if you're putting the work in, you're putting the time in, it's going to work out eventually. What you do from like that first video hitting, that's the difference between being like long-term success and like short-term success. That's the difference. If you're able to capitalize on that first video that blows up, how are you coming back after that? Because it's not only about the failures that you take in life, it's also about how you take the wins. Because I feel like not a lot of people talk about this. Shaq didn't, I mean, you can talk about Shaq or Michael Jordan, any of them. Shaq, for example, he was really, really young and not a good basketball player. He used to play with adults. I mean, he was grown-sized at like 13, whatever. And he was not good. But he kept playing and playing and playing, and then eventually he became good. But what a lot of people... You can know about that part of his story. You know about Michael Jordan in high school, how he didn't make the basketball team. But you don't learn about what he did after he won the NBA Finals. You don't learn about what he did after winning each and every game. Did he still put that same work in, or did he put more work in?
A lot of people, whenever they win, they get comfortable. And that's not good. You can't get comfortable. You got to stay hungry. It's important to stay hungry, bro.
Brian taught me that. Like, even with the Future song.
Yeah?
Too comfortable.
Yeah, bro.
Too comfortable. Brian blasted that for 5 times a day, bro.
You can never be too comfortable in your life. Like, I guess you can be too comfortable. I think you should never get too comfortable is what I'm trying to say. When you get too comfortable, I feel like things just kind of go south. Like, anytime I've been comfortable in my life, I was the unhappiest I've ever been. I was the least productive I've ever been.
Right.
And so I constantly see people comfortable around me, and I try to avoid it. I'm trying to elude those paths, right?
Yep.
Because when you surround yourself with people who are comfortable, you're going to be comfortable as well. So I talk about it a lot. The people who you surround yourself with is extremely important. If you look at the people who I surround myself with, you will recognize a very strong pattern. It's people who have a passion and will pursue their action. It's the people who want to change their lives for a better and have big dreams and don't limit themselves. That's where my brain is. And if you're not on that same path as me, Ben taught me a great lesson.
What did I teach you?
You taught me.
It's my son, y'all. Y'all hear this?
I told Ryder this actually today. You need to do you, and if people want to stay in your life, they will stay in your life.
Yeah.
If people do not want to, when you're being you, then it's okay. Just let them be.
Don't push, don't pull. That's the best way to say it.
That's the best way to say it.
Same thing with social media, bro. Like, personally, I just know so many people who like talk shit about you,
of course,
and what you do, bro. Like, and I'm just the first one to like not judge. I don't say anything. I'm like, these people are dumb. Like they're hating on something that they're not even involved with or don't even know the background story too.
And bro, like, you know, A$AP Rocky said this in the interview. Like, when is it not cool to try? Since when is it not cool to like try to do something? Like people are so quick to be like, oh, bro, like that kid is like, what is this kid doing? Like, why is he posting TikTok? Like, who does he think he is? But like, you gotta like, he's trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, since when is it not cool to try?
Why hate on people who try, bro?
Exactly.
Like, you got to be like, Kyle says, like, this is one kid who's something, he started like a music video or something like that. And Kyle's like, he says he's the first one to get right behind him and support him because he's actually doing something with his life instead of just doing nothing.
Exactly.
There's a kid I know from my old work. He worked at Chick-fil-A with me. And I'm not going to say his name just in case of anything. But I just saw on his Snapchat today while we were at the gym, I'm dropping a music. Like, I love music. It's been a long-term passion of mine. So I'm dropping my first song at midnight. And I'm like, I swiped up on it and I went, bro, so happy for you. I'm going to listen to it the second it comes out. Like, I'm really proud of you. Chase that.
Let me know, Kyle. I'll peep it too.
So, shout out to him because I have more respect for anybody who tries and fails or tries and succeeds than someone who just sits there and kind of self-loathes and kind of just sits in their own pity because they're embarrassed. You know, I know some of the people who talk crap about me personally, and I know that, like, I know for a fact that like if I blew up, they'd be running to me. So that's the first thing. When I blow up, they're going to be running to me. And that's the first thing. Oh, I'm friends with Kyle, this. And then the second thing is I know damn well that they want to be doing the same exact thing. That like if they had the opportunity to blow up on social media, they would take it in a heartbeat. They take it in a heartbeat.
But you put into the fact that they have to put effort.
And then,
like,
no,
oh,
I'm going to step away from that now. And so I'm sure you've definitely experienced many things like that where people are probably envious of your skill or your talent, but they just simply don't put the work in like you do. Some people just aren't about it the way that some people are. And I think you, for example, you put the work in. You have the dedication. You really, really do the work. And that's something I commend you for. It's something I aspire. I mean, we make fun of you because you leave. This kid, I have to get on his head. I can't say great things about him and not get on his head.
What?
This kid, for the longest time, we used to go to the gym. Bro, come on, let's leave. Let's cut it early. Let's go to Moe's, bro. Come on, bro.
Moe's, sponsor me, bro.
Yo,
Actually.
Moe's, sponsor him, bro.
Like please, bro.
Sponsor us, too. What?
Like, nah, so this kid needs a Moe's. Like, you don't understand. This kid needs a Moe's sponsorship.
Really?
This kid loves Moe's more than, like, I love life. Like, it's insane.
Wow.
It is insane. So, shout out Moe's.
Hit me for the deal, bro. I'm trying to get that deal. Like, I need that. Even if it's 1% off, I'll take it.
So, let's talk about the steps that have led you to where you are now. What was the first thing in your life that made you realize that you need to put more work in?
Failure. Like, straight up, just failure.
And what was that first failure?
I mean, I wouldn't really necessarily say maybe fail, but in my eyes, I was failing. Like, I was the littlest kid. I'd like, not even with size or anything. I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And what can you do about it? You can't just like sit home and do nothing and expect change.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, well.
Yeah, you got to get after it.
Exactly.
You got to make a change.
So I feel like a lot of people can't find that where they're failing in life, right? Like I feel like a lot of people struggle with that self-reflection. So how did you get that?
I usually just had like my parents kind of keep me in check. And I feel like I was like, I might not be the brightest. Like my friends roast me all the time. I'm not very smart. Don't have the best test scores. None of that. But I feel like that self-reflection, I do have that. Like it's easy for me to realize I'm not doing good. What do I need to do? Work harder. And I feel like hard work always pays off. Maybe not right away, but if you stay consistent with it, it will.
So once you find somewhere where you're failing in life, right? So let's say you weren't hitting the ball the way you wanted to, right? What would be the steps that you would take? Where, from when you first recognize that issue, what do you do to grow from that?
Go back to basics, like really just kind of restart, try to forget all about the past and all the struggling, because that's just dwelling on the past is never anything that could benefit you for the future. And
do you think dwelling on the past, good and bad, is bad?
Dwelling on the past, I feel like in baseball, I give myself like 20, 30 seconds max. Like think about it, be pissed off, be like that, but then you can't change it. So what are you going to do? Like,
what I'm asking you is when you hit, let's say like in baseball terms, you hit a home run. How long are you reflecting on that? Like, oh man, I did so good, this and that. Like, obviously give yourself the credit, but where is the line where you stop reflecting on that and you're on to the next step?
Well, when it's like something good and beneficial, like if I did hit a home run, I'm trying to repeat that a million times over and over again. And I'm trying to flush the bad results.
Okay. So you want to think about the good results.
Yes, 100%.
And so what would be the biggest step to focusing on the good results? Because you can look at social media too, right? The things that catch traction are negativity, typically, right? So your brain is more attracted to negativity. So how are you able to find yourself thinking about the positive more than the negative?
I kind of just feel like that's what just sets people apart. People who focus on the negativity all the time, they're just like negative individuals. And they're always down, always have bad body language. And I'm not the best at it. No one's perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. But like I always try to stay positive.
So I have a story about Ryder staying positive that I'd love to talk about here. And so Ryder and I have been friends since 5th grade. So in 5th grade, I haven't really talked about this on social media, but in 5th grade, I had my tonsils removed. I had just moved here. I had really bad strep for like the first 6 months of me living here, basically. And it was on and off, and it was horrible. So I had to get my tonsils removed. When I got my tonsils removed, my scalp, I can't even say it.
This is your scalp, Kyle.
Not my scalp, my scab. My scab opened up again.
Oh.
So,
Scab.
Yeah. I just couldn't say the word.
Yeah, because you're
Jersey.
Yeah. Sometimes it just blanks.
Water.
So I started leaking blood into my stomach. So when I drank, when I ate, like I was just constantly swallowing blood.
not good.
So I ended up losing close to like half the blood in my body, my mom says. So at like midnight, I ended up throwing up a ton of blood. And so I almost died. If I didn't get to the hospital when I did, I probably would not be here today. My mom still regards it as like the scariest moment in her life because I really did almost die. So while I was gone, I ended up missing a quarter of school. So, I mean, that just kind of tells you. So I was in the hospital for a few days, and during that time, right before then, when I first got it and there was like no issues, he sends me videos just about like maybe like 2 or 3 times in this period of just him teaching me stuff, like because we used to be super into hockey at this point.
Yeah.
So he was sending me stuff like his slap shot and like trying to just like kind of bring me a little bit happier, give me some entertainment. So that's one of like the kindness stories that like I have of Ryder. And not only that, but like going up to the new kid and being like yo, like you want to play? Like,
yeah, that's
something that you have to say like takes courage.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's not even courage, bro. Like, you know, a lot of times if there's a new kid, he's the one getting judged the most. He's the one that, because it's, you know, he's new. You know what I mean? It's
hard. Like you used to be the new kid too.
I used to be the new. I came in 5th grade too.
Yeah. So same
And I
boat.
have red hair. It's even worse.
Yeah,
bro.
red hair. Bro, I was shorter than everyone else. Me and Ryder were little jits.
Bro.
2 jits rolling the city, bro.
Yeah.
5th graders running the city.
running lemonade stands.
We were
bro.
menaces back in the day. College is the next big step for us. In the next 6 months, give or take, we will all be in college instead of going on to basically what's left of summer. So it's kind of a huge step, and I'm not really decided on where I want to go yet. My idea is kind of like Tampa, but I really don't know. You're going to have to move in a little bit. So I really don't know. Tampa's kind of like where my head's at. But I wanted to, I mean, I know you're committed to somewhere, but we'll get into that in a second. I just kind of want to get like an idea where everybody else stands.
Miami.
Miami sounds
I want to
lit.
go to Miami.
Miami
bro.
would be gas.
Like where though? Like FIU?
FIU.
It's a good school.
I don't know.
Did you get into UM?
They haven't released that shit.
Yeah, they did. Well,
They did?
Yeah.
Did you apply to UM?
Oh shit.
Well, it depends when you applied. Like,
Did they send an email out? Hold on, I'm interested.
I don't know. It depends when you apply, though. I think
Yeah.
she applied early decision. Like early decision, like not like early admission. Like if she got in, like she'd be forced.
She'd be.
Oh, no, yeah, that came out.
Yeah, that came out. I don't know if regular did or early, whatever.
I don't
came out
remember
yet.
what I even did, bro.
All right. So, anyways, let's
Don't
move
worry about
on.
it.
So, you're thinking Miami.
I'm
Brian,
thinking Miami.
where are you
Miami
thinking?
sounds fun, but most likely Orlando, UCF.
Yeah.
That's probably
That's the one school I didn't apply to because my gut told me no.
Really?
Why?
I don't know. My gut told me no.
No.
I don't have an answer, but I was
It's
told
just-
no by the universe, so I'm not going there.
That's how I am with Tampa.
Really?
Something about Tampa just says no to me. I don't know.
What about UF? Didn't you always say you want to go to UF?
UF is a great school, but like I don't like Gainesville. I've been there once. I really did not like it.
People say UF, like, the campus is gorgeous, and then around it is O Block.
Dog. I heard it's dog. I've
That's-
heard it's O Block.
That's like USF.
I don't
Yeah?
USF is kind of
Really?
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
USF.
Yeah, USF.
Is O Block?
Like we were there, like we were leaving Busch Gardens, and like I'm not even trying to be like like that rich. No, I'm not even rich, but like that like white kid from
Right.
like Naples. But like
Yeah.
I was low key like a little sketchy, and I'm never really sketched out in an area. Like I've been to New York City like a few times in bad areas,
Yeah.
but like I don't, bro. That was not it. That was like a little hoodie for me.
Don't ever buy no weed from no gas station. That was definitely that place, bro.
Don, June and Danny were tweaking out at that
Oh,
gas
yeah.
station, though, like 100%. But anyways, so you're committed to NC State, right? And so what kind of has made that decision for you?
For me, I'm a little different. Like I didn't pick. Obviously, I love the town, but like that wasn't my first thing for college. Mine was specifically baseball.
Yeah, that's obviously
Yeah.
the biggest thing for you.
Yeah.
But like, what are the things about NC State that you like other than baseball?
The frat houses. Like
True.
the baseball
True.
house is right next to him.
Yeah.
I just really like honestly, it's all pretty much baseball. Like I got a campus tour, all that. It was awesome. I loved it. I love Raleigh. Like the weather. I really wanted the weather change. And that kind of like it gets in like the 50s, 40s a little bit.
It gets high. It gets cold.
It'll get cold.
Where?
It's different. In the Carolinas.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been-
nice. It's nice.
It gets
What,
really
what
cold.
area is
there.
your school in?
Raleigh. Raleigh.
That's North Carolina. Yeah.
No, I haven't been there, but I've been around. It's really
I've
cool.
I've been through there for sure. I don't know if I think I have cousins there, and my uncle's really good friend who went to the NFL lives there. Yeah.
Damn.
So I've known him since like a kid, but
Subtle flex.
I've heard that Raleigh's really, really nice. People love it. The people that live there are really nice. It's what I've heard, and I've heard NC State's pretty nice. I mean,
It's nice. I'm just like, there's a lot of country people, like those accents, and I'm just like, kind of like,
You don't fuck with it,
bro,
That's just hilarious to me, bro.
it's different. It's
It
like
is
way
definitely
different.
It's
you're
definitely
the type of guy to like country.
Yeah, I
though.
feel like-
No,
feel
I
you're
like
around
country, but like those yee like
Oh,
people,
like-
like they're like cowboys,
Straight
and I'm
hillbilly.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of those there.
Yeah.
That's what Tennessee is like.
Ryder,
too.
are you gonna join a frat?
Nah,
Good.
maybe I might,
dude,
but like
I
I don't
don't-
think I have time. I don't think I can.
I was
Nah,
gonna say
there's no
it's
point.
such a
bro.
You guys all against
Bro,
it? No
I am
frats?
not joining a frat.
bro.
I'm dude.
I'm not a-
I hear war stories about these pledges, dude.
Bro,
They
the
get
pledges.
Stupid.
It's so stupid.
Mainly, I hear these stories from Mark's brother. Bro.
Just sit back.
Insane.
I thought it like they nerfed it, bro. Like they put a
I don't-
cap on
I
that
don't-
thing.
I don't know if it depends on like what frat you join,
Oh, 100%.
but like, bro, the shit that Matt has to do is
Yeah,
retarded.
it's so
like,
bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
All right, but like, it's like they made him smoke so many cigarettes, like.
Heck
or,
nah,
like,
bro.
that's
That's,
not
that's
even-
disgusting.
That's not even it though.
It
like,
gets so
It
bad.
gets worse.
Like for like a week. Because you have like a pledge, like how does this even work? You have like a leader, is that what it's called? Like a pledge leader?
To be able to join this frat, they put you through this pledging process where you just have to be someone's like
yeah, basically.
yeah. There's no other way to describe
Yeah.
it. You're just someone else's bitch at this
Literally.
point. You get food for them, you do chores for them, you do their homework sometimes. Like
Pick them up 3 a.m.
They-
from a
they-
party.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
That
terrible.
too.
It's so
But
bad. You
My,
have
que-
to pick them
my
up.
question is, if I just said no, what would happen?
you're not joining.
You're
the
not-
frat.
You're not
the
getting
frat.
in.
I'm sorry. I can never put myself in a position where I'm that submissive. Like,
But-
I'm sorry. Like, I cannot. Do
I
that.
completely agree with you, but for some people, like think about it. Some people are UCF, for example. Some people are coming in out of this state, no friends, no brothers, no nothing. So they're just coming in there. They're just trying to get a frat, have some brothers, have people to protect them. You feel me? Just new connections, a strong connection too. Because if you're gonna pledge and become part of that frat,
Your boys.
Yeah, you're boys. Like,
From school to school too,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
anywhere.
I don't know.
and some
I
people
just-
live for that, Kyle. Some people like that whole party
Yeah, that-
thing.
Like JB, bro.
I really want. No, I want to get into this because like it's something I've been thinking about for a while and noticing a lot. People end up making college their personality, and at what point does that like? At what age and what point does like being an alumni like you stop giving a fuck? At what point like do you stop caring like and living vicariously through like your college self and
I have
like,
a
you actually
question for
live
you,
your
Kel.
future life?
Cal, I have a question for you.
Yeah, move in a little
Do you
bit.
think there's more people living in high school or living in college? Like in their college days or
Mentally?
their yeah.
High school.
It's definitely high school.
Bro, it's so sad.
It's definitely sad. It's sad. I hate seeing, especially at the football games, you see some dude that's in college. at the
22-year-olds at a high school student section, bro.
Like, what are you doing?
Get
bro?
out, bro.
Saying hi to their
Get your ass a
teachers.
job, bro. Go to
Literally,
your job, bro. Get out of here.
This is what I have to say. This is my 2 cents. I think more people live vicariously or like live in their high school self because more people went to high school. But I think if more people had the opportunity to go to a bigger university, I think it would be 100% university.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
Because like anybody you know, like I'm sorry, bro. Like there's so many people that went to like big schools and now they're like 40 years old, and I'll talk to them and like they can't get over what happened in those days and like whatever else. But like, I'm sorry if that was the most fun time in your life, you just didn't live life. like I'm sorry. Like I just can't believe that. Like I don't. Maybe it's just my perspective on college, but it's just
It also comes down to your definition of fun.
yeah, it does.
You know?
Like if I think for a lot of people, college is a distraction, but it's also a good way of maturing.
How to live by yourself. Like,
That,
for
yeah.
me, I could barely cook myself food. Like, without my mom, bro, or
Yeah.
any parent. Like,
It's
I
gonna be-
recently started to learn. 'Cause
First
I'm like,
month's gonna
yeah,
be like,
it's gonna be rough.
Weird, bro.
it's gonna be weird.
The-
Like,
I think my only problem is when I live by myself is cleaning. Like
That's the easiest part.
No,
That's
but like
one thing
mopping
I-
floors. You gotta make sure that shit's tidy, bro. There's gonna be dust everywhere.
Yeah, like it's
That's
the little
something-
things you don't
There's
think
gonna be
about.
little shit you don't expect that you
True,
have to clean
true.
up.
that's true.
But everything else, like I could low-key cook for myself. Like if I had to, I'll cook.
I
I'll
can
be
cook,
vibe.
do the dishes, you know.
Yeah, I can do the
shop for
basic
myself.
stuff.
I can
Yeah,
do,
I can.
I can do everything like that for sure.
How to manage your time, I feel like, is the most important lesson you learn from college. You want to party, you got tests the next day.
So you're like,
Yeah,
For you, that's easy.
that's an easy
for
one.
you maybe, but for me, bro, if I see it like, yo, you want to go to a party? I'm just like, no. Like
Nah.
like if I'm gonna
You,
if
would,
I have,
yeah, you have to really
if
convince
I'm
me.
gonna get destroyed with tests the next day, and you guys are inviting me to a party.
You guys are mature, like, actually.
No, it depends. It really depends, dude. Because like sometimes I'm just not in the mood to be around that many people.
100%. Like,
This is, I don't know. I think parties are fun. Like I see why people love parties. Like parties are definitely fun at some
Right.
point, right? But like all the time. First off, all the time. I'm good like twice a year at a party, and like it depends on what you consider a party. Like if you call like 20 homies a party, then like sure, like I like partying.
Kyle's there every weekend.
But
Yeah,
like, not,
if that's a
low-
party, I'm there.
low-key-
If that's
low-
a
like,
party, I'm
low-key,
there.
if that's a
Yeah.
party, I'm there. But like, I don't know, anything more than like 25 people, that's where I'm like, I can't do this for too long.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like hammered, then I can just chat the chat. But like, I don't know. I'm not really a party person, anyways. It's just I'd
Yeah.
rather kick back like on like a UFC night, just have a few.
Those are always very
Shit.
vibe.
I'm gonna have to
Couple
cut so much
Cokes.
of this out.
No, you're
It
not.
doesn't matter.
Sprites,
But-
Cokes, Sprite cranberries.
Want to spray
Nah, nah.
cranberry?
My favorite is the Milo jugs. Milo jugs
The
get me
Milo-
right. Those taste so good, and I'm hydrated
Those
the next
are
morning.
Yo,
It's perfect.
dangerous.
Yo, where was that Sprite this season? The what's it called?
Cranberry spray.
Sprite
Yeah,
cranberry.
Sprite
Wait, did that not come
Where
out this
was
Oh,
it?
hold on.
didn't know.
It was.
I
it
think
did
it's
come
up
out.
north, right?
It did come out. No, it's everywhere. It's just limited. They do it in like limited numbers.
I know, but like
Um,
the year that it, like the LeBron James Sprite cranberry, that was different. That was different, bro. People were making horror games out of it. Like it was insane.
I've never had Sprite cranberry.
Neither have I.
Me
Neither have I. Yeah.
But
We yapping about nothing.
We gotta go get it.
So-
we
We
gotta go
actually
get
tried
some,
this.
bro.
Before we just skip from the college talk, I saw something recently, and I want this to be announced early. Like, I don't know the specifics, anything like that. This is just something I saw, I read, and I intaked. 45% of like jobs now are now dropping bachelor degrees. The requirement of a bachelor degree. 45%.
I mean, it makes sense.
No,
It
Listen.
really does.
so I think a bachelor degree requirement does make sense. I also think that college is a scam, but I think that a bachelor's requirement is a really important thing. I can look at college as a scam and still be like, okay, if someone has their bachelor's degree, they had to have gone through college, which means they had to be punctual to some degree to classes, punctual with assignments to some degree, had to focus enough in school to get enough test scores. So to a degree, you know they're a responsible person. You know that they're going to do their job because they have the credit. That's what the degree is saying.
yeah, that's what it is. It's credentials.
That's part of it.
But
True.
if there's two people applying and I'm hiring, and one person has a and one person has a bachelor's degree and one person does not have a bachelor's degree, I'm more than likely hiring the person with a bachelor's degree because they are more qualified.
Okay, but what if that other person has like 5+ years of experience already on him?
It depends. It
That's-
depends
that's
on
the whole
I said
thing,
more
though.
than likely.
That's the whole reason why it's like, oh, what is it? What is the percentage?
45.
45%. Because like, at the end of the day, experience is what really matters.
For your first job, I think it's really important to have that degree. Once you get past that first job, it doesn't mean shit. Like literally from after
You
the
don't
first job, it
need-
doesn't mean anything.
You can get experience before you get a job. It's the whole point of
Well,
interning.
internships, but
Yeah.
that's technically a job, technically. but
No, it's an
just
intern.
considered
It's an internship.
What's a paid internship? A job.
A job.
Exactly.
Right. So that's a
Most
job, and an internship is an internship.
Most internships are
That's why
not paid.
internship exists as a word, because it's a thing.
More then what's the point of naming it a paid internship?
I don't know. Because it's not. You're not on you're not technically employed to the company.
So an internship could be either way. So it just means you're not employed. So
I've never
Like,
heard of a
just
paid internship though.
I have.
Adam's
I
getting,
have.
Adam's
Yeah,
getting,
our
they're
friend's
really,
brother's doing it.
They're really like
Mm.
popular.
They pay well too. Like
Yeah.
at least for our friend.
Oh, actually,
yeah,
yeah,
our friend's
I
getting
have,
like
actually,
50
yeah.
an hour.
I take that
which is
back.
nuts.
I know someone in a
Yeah.
paid internship.
Paid
right now.
internships are good. Like if you can
I
get a paid
guess.
internship, definitely get on that.
I know.
I think it's. I think maybe it's a paid internship because you're not getting the full.
Most people are getting paid internships over internships at this point.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying it's a paid intern. It's a paid internship versus the job because you're not getting paid the full amount. I'd assume.
You still get paid really, really well. I don't know if
Doesn't
it's
matter.
full.
It's not
I don't.
full
Hold on. I don't know if it's full, but you get paid really, really well.
We have phones in our pockets, bro. Let's just look at this shit.
A lot of the time, it's it varies job internship. You're not. I mean, you could probably find some sort of statistic.
I think it really just depends on what they're hiring
exactly.
or what they're paying you for and what you're gonna give them. in
but
the
mainly,
span of time.
I think it's mainly span of time. Job is kind of like until you get fired or
Yeah.
you decide to leave. Internship is like you're going to be doing this for 3 months.
Mhm.
That this is your internship.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Like
Probably.
that's what the big difference between.
I guess so, because they could, bro. Like, if you're getting a paid internship, like Sarab said, you're not getting employed, so it's just gonna be a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but it just
Time frame.
represents
Yeah.
experience. But if you're most of the time, if you're getting internships, you're going through a college to get that. Like
Right.
a lot of
Yeah.
internships. So like, how are you going to get that experience? You probably went to college to get that experience
Mm-hmm.
to some degree. So,
Sure.
which means you typically have a degree. So.
Right.
You kind of know that they're punctual to stuff. Like it kind of defeats the whole purpose of it, right?
Right.
And you also are going to contact their employer or whoever they did the internship was. How is this person? What are your reports on this person? Were they good? Were they bad? You're going to do that through every job and
Right.
through everything else. So we'll do that anyways. Ryder, you put something on our board here that I had to quickly correct. Very, very quickly correct.
Lil Baby's the best rapper of all time.
All right, so if you guys listen to this podcast, which a lot of you are recurring listeners, you know that we talk about music a lot. We're very passionate about music, and we all know that is probably the most ridiculous statement ever said on this podcast.
Well, not necessarily. 'Cause music is subjective.
Okay, I agree. Favorite rapper, one story. Best rapper of all time, very different
Agreed.
story. Let's pay attention to wording here.
I'm
Agreed.
trolling. Like I love Lil Baby's my favorite rapper of all
course,
time.
of
Like
course,
he's
of
not been
course.
around long enough for that.
Right.
Of course. But
Ryder, what if I told you Gunna's better than Lil Baby?
I drop the mic and fight you right now, bro. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Are
I'm
we about to
kidding.
squabble?
I'm kidding. I like Gunna too. I like Gunna too. I like Gunna too.
I
Gunna's
don't know.
tough. Gunna's
Baby
really tough.
hasn't dropped since when did he drop? That was like
I don't know, but he's
single?
dropped.
He's dropping
the
again.
same, He's dropped the same 20 songs.
yeah, that's fine. That's
At least,
really
yeah,
repetitive.
every album's kind of similar, just different feature.
Gunna dropped "Fuck You Mean" in 19 different variants.
And he still got, and somehow, some way,
That
he
was
got a fuck ton of listens.
Fresh out of jail, and that
That
album
was
did
impressive.
numbers.
That was
album did-
impressive,
That was a
bro.
good album too. I still bump that album. It's
Fuck
good.
you mean?
Yeah, Young Gunna want it. You feel me? That shit's tough.
You were hating on the song that I sent though.
I don't like that song.
Really?
That
I
song
I
don't
didn't like it either.
Really?
I listened to it on the way home.
That's like
I didn't like it.
that's
that
like
much.
whiny Gunna. I don't like whiny Gunna.
It was too slow for Gunna too. Like I mean, I've heard Gunna on that like slow, but like
Yeah.
not like that. I don't know. I didn't like that.
I need Gunna to be flowing in my ears.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Kid
Fire.
on a Caddy. I definitely put you on it at least like 5 times.
Probably.
You definitely know it.
I know it.
Kid on the Caddy, he flows on that song. I think he's tough on that song. There's a few like unreleased Gunna songs I have that's tough. But let's get back to Lil Baby, Ryder. What makes you like Lil Baby so much? To the point where you dressed up as Lil Baby.
Oh yeah. We had costume day at our school and I had to dress up as Lil Baby. Like I don't know, bro. His music just always hits.
Is it Lil Baby or is it his production more, do you think? Like his beats?
Both. Like honestly both, but I'm just gonna say Lil Baby over and over and over again, bro.
Yep.
Like
know
I'm
what
probably the world's biggest fan. I mean, I kid about that.
Bro, this is
But, like,
outrageous
insane
statement.
glazing.
But like I love
But-
him, bro.
Insane
Okay.
glazing.
I do have, like, to kind of, like, I'm crapping on Ryder here, but, like, on the same side, like, most sports players, like, actually really like Lil Baby. Like, that's just kind of, like, the music that, like, athletes listen to.
Young boy.
Because it's kind of, like, hype. It's kind of, like, faster paced. Like, it's, you don't have to think about it. It's just,
Right,
like, it's just
True.
Just flowing.
So you're
Yeah.
calling him brain dead?
low-key. I mean, I think we
okay,
all know.
hold on,
he is.
right.
Pre-game, 5 Lil Baby songs in a row, and I'm coming out like.
So, but like, are you listening to old Lil Baby? Like, what type of Lil Baby?
Hold on, what's your favorite Lil Baby song?
Oh.
Favorite Lil Baby song? Put me on the spot.
Oh.
Probably Pure Cocaine, bro.
Really?
That shit is tough.
I love that
That's
song.
tough.
That is a
I don't
tough-ass
know.
song.
There's too many good ones. Like, I think about that. There's just too many good ones.
They all sound the same. I can't tell
The
difference.
bigger picture is obviously
some
like.
of them, like I actually like.
I like Pure Cocaine.
I
Freestyle,
like,
I mean,
um,
that's classic.
Yeah.
That's a rap
Oh,
classic.
good album.
That's a rap
That's a
classic.
Word on the
good
street.
album.
Word
I
on the
love
Street's
Word on the
good.
Street.
Have you guys heard Never Needed No Help?
Nope.
That's
Never
my favorite
Needed No
song.
Help.
Yeah, that's really
Bro,
what it's
Lil
called.
Baby's got the best grammar. Shout out Lil Baby.
Or To the Top. You guys heard To the Top?
Nope.
I feel
Bro,
like
you
that
guys
song's
don't know
familiar.
Lil Baby then. Like, stop
You
hating.
know what, low-key, my favorite Lil Baby song is How.
How is a good
It's
song.
How.
How
It
is
has
a
to
really
be
good
How.
song.
Just because of like mainly the beat.
Okay, you guys heard Okay?
Yeah.
Brian, I know you heard Okay.
I've heard okay.
Lil
Yeah.
Baby to me is just a very repetitive rapper. Like,
Baby
I
and
can't-
Dirk are
I
like
can listen,
elite.
The new Lil Baby, I'm not really like liking, but
Old Baby.
Lil Baby that you're talking about now, he's fine.
Yeah, all Lil Baby's tough.
He bro, back when he was dropping all those songs and albums, he was carrying, bro.
But
He was.
I still think that there's like at least 9 people I can name on the top of my head that I'd go to way before I even touch Lil Baby's name. Like way before I touch Lil Baby's name.
Like,
Well, my biggest thing is like, okay, you could listen to Lil Baby, but Future made Lil Baby, so just listen to Future because Future's better. Because Lil
Nah,
Baby would not
hold
be a
on.
thing without Future.
I will disagree with you on this.
No, it's true.
we talked about that earlier.
I completely agree. He did make Lil Baby. Like,
Okay.
that's kind of like what he's influenced by. But they're two different sounds nonetheless. They don't sound the same to like a very certain extent.
Right.
Future's like, yeah, low-key kind of same vibe, but like Lil Baby has a little bit more of that energy where it's like, all right, I'm going to go do something. Like if you're
Right.
going to go to a party, like I see why like Lil Baby is definitely over Future. Future's more of like, to me, like I'm hanging out with like a few buddies and like we're chilling. Or like we're low-key
I
like
think you're tripping,
tripping.
Kyle. I'm not gonna lie.
Future literally ran Atlanta trap scene
Nah.
for
Hold on.
for half of a decade.
Hold on, I want to
and
continue.
you're talking
I
about
want
he
to
doesn't have enough energy.
I want to continue on. I want to like
Please continue on.
I
I
think
need you to justify this bullshit ass statement.
nah. Listen. First off, I think we can all agree 2 different vibes. They
Yeah,
are not the same
100%.
vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Second thing is, when I say I'm hanging out with my friends, this could be literally doing anything, but it's not a big group of people. It is a like relatively small group of people. I'd say 10 people max.
Okay.
And that's where I'm listening to Future. We are like, I mean, fast driving, I can listen to Future. We're going out, we're like low-key getting lit like for like a UFC night. Perfect.
Go-to song in the gym. What is it? Can't
That's-
tell me it's not Lil Baby, bro.
That-
Can't
that's
tell me.
It's
That's
definitely
really
not
that's
Lil
really
Baby,
hard for me.
bro.
You're asking the wrong
Not
person
Lil
that
Baby.
because I listen to podcasts in the gym. I like,
Okay.
I'm just a podcast ass person. So like,
So you're learning while lifting at the same time.
yeah, to me,
What's your
it's-
go-to gym song, Ryder? If you have
Anything Lil Baby.
Anything Lil
Anything Lil Baby, bro. I don't know. I just like, I'm the type of person where if I hear a good song, I'm playing it until it gets old.
Yeah,
The same 3 songs, same 5 songs,
Yeah, I'll
whatever it
listen to
is.
The same thing for a month.
I've listened to the same Gunna song that I sent like 10 times in a row today already, bro.
That's insane.
Brian,
That's just who I
you have
am.
a go-to gym song.
I have a go-to PR song.
Which
EA.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
tough,
okay.
that's
Bro,
tough.
EA?
That's what I hit to 75
21.
to. Bro.
21. Yeah, that's probably
Bro.
that's a really good go-to.
Mine was First Day Out, T Grizzly.
I've PR'd that song.
Kyle, you know what's like my go-to gym song?
What?
Otis.
Really?
Bro,
Never
the
heard that.
energy in that song is different.
Yeah, no. See, you have a very weird take when it comes to like music in the gym, and I've noticed that about yours is like a very different
Mine
vibe
is-
of energy.
It's real energy.
Like I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I'd be bumping anything in the gym.
You
bro.
know what go-to gym music is for me?
What?
Rio or RMC Mike.
That too.
That's go-to.
Bro, I'll
that's
bump
go-to.
anything.
Yeah.
Bro, if you come up to me in the gym randomly during my set, you pull out an AirPod, anything could be playing.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
Any,
ass.
literally anything.
Yeah, you're not even really focused on
Like
the music. that's
Lady
why.
Hear Me Tonight was playing
Yeah.
today as
Oh,
I'm
so
smashing
fire.
my legs, dude.
All right.
Lady.
Yeah.
So I saw this today, or not today. I saw this about a week ago. The UK is going to ban social media from kids 16 years and younger. What do we think about
Did
this?
it say how they're going to ban it?
They just won't let
Like
16-year-olds. Age restriction.
That's not going to stop anything.
We've been lying
No.
about our birthdays since forever.
Yeah,
2000,
bro,
baby.
facts.
Yeah, like, come on.
I
That's not going to stop
I don't know exactly how they'll do it, but let's just go into the mind space of this does happen. 16-year-olds aren't on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat,
Every
anything.
social media.
Every social media off.
Loses tons of money. All those platforms, bro.
I saw this earlier today. $11 billion came in from underage people through social media. $11 billion. We'll go into that in a little second. But let's stay on topic here. I think it actually low-key be good. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think it's good.
It depends. It really does depend. Because, like, let's say that happened here in the U.S., where the schools are teaching a bunch of bullshit to our children as well.
It's in the UK, too. There's a lot of
Okay,
bad things in the UK.
It's going to be a good and bad thing at the same
Mhm.
time. You're not getting brain rot from the social media, but then you're getting
Brain rot.
Extra main brain rot from the school.
Yep.
I want to say this. Social media has a lot of BS on it. It's a lot of misinformation.
Yep.
It's a lot of brain rot. To the point where, like, you don't need that under 16. I actually agree with it. I don't think kids should be on social media.
I mean, ideally, yes.
For multiple reasons. I think, one, you should have strong enough parents to be able to teach you their ideals, and if the school is teaching you something, they should be on top of it. They should understand what the school is teaching them, and if they don't like that, they need to change their belief in that. That's what I think. Or at
Agreed.
least challenge that belief.
Yeah.
Next thing. I think that the dopamine that social media gives you is so bad that it's causing depression. I think that is what the increase is we don't think about this. Dopamine is the feel-good chemical that your brain produces.
Yeah.
If you get too much dopamine, everyday things are just going to become really, really boring.
Right.
Think about when you were a kid, for example. Everything was so much more fun. You could go outside and play literally anything, and it would be the best time ever. And you can think about the times back then and be like, yeah, that was so much fun back then. Like, I wonder why everything so simple was so fun back then. You weren't brain rotted with dopamine.
You're right.
So if you think about it like that, it's a really good thing. Not only that, but that's going to allow people to build their own character. We look at everybody now, and they're kind of becoming copy and paste. I am Batman. We go gym. Or you have, like, the girls who do,
The
like...
Swifties.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
whatever
Swifties.
else.
That's oh my god. That's a whole nother
It's
conversation.
going to... I think it'll allow people to think more. And I'm just saying under 16. I think under 16 is okay. Even 13. I think 13 would be like, all right, we can argue it.
Yeah, because, you know, if you're first, like, okay, imagine you're 16, you've never been on social media yet, and then you hit 16, and you're just now getting it, like, that's, bro, there's a lot you're gonna go
That doesn't
through.
mean you don't have the internet.
No YouTube.
No YouTube.
That's...
No.
I don't think
That's
that counts as
media.
social
It
media.
is.
It's absolutely social media.
Comments, all that stuff.
I don't know if that... I think to an extent. I think that goes to an extent. Because YouTube, you can learn a lot. They'd still use that for
What are they
lectures.
thinking,
Like,
like?
think about the infotainment show.
It's still social media.
Crash Course. I don't think that genuinely count. I think social media is considered like a platform in which like you're talking to people like that. I don't think YouTube is considered.
The problem is, again, is like, if I didn't have Snapchat in middle school, I would have zero communication with half my friends.
What about text message?
Bro, like, I barely...
Yeah,
we
facts.
never-
Middle school, it was not.
But do you want to know why that wasn't getting swapped around? Because you had social media. So if all you have is if all you have is text message,
that's true,
You're
Kyle.
you're thinking about it because you grew up with social media. So now think everyone around you doesn't have. Nobody has it. So you're not missing out on anything. First off, second off, it's going to be built for an older age platform, which means typically it's going to be a lot less brain rot. Okay, and I think that I think society would be better because you could still communicate with people the same way. It wouldn't defeat the purpose of technology. It's not like we're gonna go back to land phones. You could
Facts.
still call people if your parents want you to have a phone. You could still text people, and it'll allow you to create. I just think that it'd be smarter.
I think there's a lot of benefits, but there's also negatives as well.
Like,
I don't know. I feel like a child just has to have, especially in middle school. Like there's a phase where every middle schooler has social media, and they just go through it. Like Ben brought up, when you're 16, like these kids are just gonna get social media at 16 with no prior usage.
That'll be everyone though. It's not just
Yeah.
like to us that might sound random, but like,
but like,
Even in elementary school, I vividly remember getting taught how to like digital footprint. And I remember in middle school we got taught about digital footprint a lot, just because like they got scared about people uploading stupid stuff.
so why?
Like
Okay,
imagine if you gave 16-year-old me zero, if I had zero like idea what social media was, and then 16 years old I get it, and I just have full free range of social media, I'd go crazy.
Well, hold on. Let's
you went crazy, all
let's
right.
talk really
I went
quickly.
crazy.
Brian went
Let's-
crazy.
Let's go on. 16 years old. You were taught about digital footprint from a young age. Why can't they still do that? That's my first point. Second point is digital footprint. Great point. Why are people with half-developed brains on social media where they can literally ruin their entire life in a second? You've seen the kids on Instagram, the little white kids yelling the N-word. You've seen it. I know you've seen
And
it.
it makes me laugh every
And it makes
goddamn
me-
time, Kyle.
But they,
Pause.
it's
Vibe. Do
listen,
not put that in there.
Listen, for sure it's funny to an extent, but that kid just ruined his whole life.
You
Yeah,
can't put
bro.
that in.
He just ruined his whole life.
Laughing at the N word.
So like, what do you do in that case? So what do you do in that case when a 6-year-old is on social media and ruining his entire life, or a 10-year-old?
Okay, well, I don't agree with 10-year-olds and 6-year-olds being on social media. That's fine. I don't care. Like, why are they?
So then what should?
funny.
So then what should they?
It's funny though. It's definitely funny. Like,
It's
I don't
so
care.
funny, bro.
But then what should the age be?
I feel like
funny.
I feel like a good age to me would be like
13.
13.
13.
That's why I said 13 is arguable.
16
But
is a little.
But think about it, Brian. How old are you in 6th grade? Or 7th grade? 7th grade.
12, 13. 12,
12,
13.
13. So you would have completely avoided a huge mistake in your life that
Not really. Not
No, he didn't. It was in
I
8th,
think you would've
7th
been a
grade,
lot
right?
more-
Yeah.
I think you would mature a lot differently and a lot better.
That was for trolls, though. Everything this kid did was as a joke.
Oh my
Like,
god, bro.
That experience helped me learn a lot though.
I'm not saying it wouldn't, but there'd also be a lot of things that.
I fucked up hella. But from that one experience, to now, there was a lot of growth,
Yeah.
and it was good growth too.
I think,
Bullshit.
well, obviously from then to now, it's been 5-6 years. So I'd really hope you've grown since then. I really do. But why can't we teach kids from a young age? Look, social media is something that you really shouldn't mess around with at a young age. You don't need it. Here are the important things you need to know about social media. It connects everybody worldwide, and there's a bunch of misinformation on it. There's a bunch of brain rot on it that you don't really need it as a young kid. You can get all the information you need from YouTube videos that your parents or teachers provide you. And if you want entertainment, there's still TV shows, which are okay for the most part. And it would promote kids to be out there going to do something. You don't understand. Actually, I believe the statistic is 80%. 80% of the world is obese. Overweight.
The world, Kyle?
I looked up the statistic because Jude and I were arguing
I
about it.
thought
'cause
half
I
the
went-
world's starving.
Yeah, bro. Like,
and then the other
80%
Maybe
of
it's
the
Americans.
US.
And then
80% of
Americans.
the US is obese.
I think
maybe.
it's 70% of the world. I believe it's 70%.
I think that's U.S. stats because there's no way 70%
Yeah.
of the world is.
World is.
I just want to know what happened this summer from your 8th grade to the first day of school of 9th grade.
Like, what do you mean?
Bro, you just were like...
All right, so I'm incorrect. It's 40%.
Yeah, we know.
40%. 13% of adults in the world are obese, and then 39% of the population is overweight. So that brings you out to like a good 50-ish. Actually, a little over 50. 53. 52.
9th grade, you're a new kid, bro. Best kid in the world.
It was like I feel like I outgrew
The troublemaker?
the
Yeah.
troublemaking, like, especially after quarantine when I really saw like how like messed up the world could be and it's getting. I'm like, do I really need to be a dickhead? That much of a dick.
That's
So-
funny. That's funny.
Let's talk about quarantine, because this is a great point of social media.
That's true.
How much did social media screw up the world during quarantine? That it could have been avoided. Yeah, think about it. All of like the gender bullshit. That's all. That could have all been severely avoided without social media.
Yeah, but what would it be like without any social media in quarantine? What would you be doing?
Could still be playing games. Could be watching TV.
I don't know. Quarantine was just such a weird thing to happen. That was
Facts.
such a weird, out of nowhere thing that happened.
I think there's gonna be something like it again.
Yep.
100%.
When?
100%.
Like when though?
2024.
I don't know.
Where?
The election 2024.
No. They won't.
So
they won't
this
hit that back to back.
something's well, something's gonna happen.
You're
during
gonna
this
get killed if
election.
you're right.
This
I don't think it'll
election.
be.
He's got the
I don't
script.
think. I'm not saying it's gonna be a pandemic or nothing. There will be another pandemic. I think.
That-
100 years
Right.
later.
we
I don't
have to
know.
be careful about what we say in accordance to.
We don't have to put any of
pandemic.
this in.
We need to because we still need time. So like.
Okay,
yeah.
then
So-
never mind.
Yeah, cut that.
So like we actually have to hit points. No medical misinformation, all of that. All right, so moving on. I think quarantine would have went a lot different. I mean, quarantines was a very interesting time for society, overall. But it would have been a lot different without social media. Why couldn't you still talk to your friends if you had FaceTime and text message? You could have still played games with them because that's not social media. We're talking strictly TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. Let's just say that because I believe that's what the article said.
Right.
And Twitter. Obviously Twitter too.
Snapchat.
So say you have YouTube. That's basically all you get for social media.
Man, Snapchat was golden for quarantine days, though. I can't tell you how many times I spammed like so many people with different videos, like random videos,
But why
just
can't,
for the troll of it.
but why
That
couldn't
was
you do
fun.
that if you had their phone number? You could still send
It's not the
videos.
same. Like, if
It's
I'm-
not the same because you would have experienced different. But if you haven't experienced
When has
different,
someone sent you a video of them through text message frequently? Never.
actually, quite often, I had a ex who didn't have any social media. So, we're not gonna get into that. We're not getting into that. No, but I'm saying. Like,
I know who
seriously,
you're. I know who you're yapping about.
You wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't think that like it's not accessible, nothing like because you don't. So your point is in comparison. So take out the comparison. It would be a good thing.
Of just that.
I think if you had text message, phone, YouTube, and games, I think you'd be
Like I
okay.
said, I guess there's just
I'm vibe with that.
There's a lot
Exactly.
of different ways to look at it.
You don't need social media at that young of an age. I think that's
Sure,
more
definitely
brain
not.
rot.
I don't know why a 10-year-old needs to be on Snapchat.
I don't see why a 13-year-old
Instagram
needs to be on
Reels, bro.
Snapchat.
We don't know the.
Definitely funny.
It's so funny.
It's very funny, but
so funny.
Ryder,
We don't know the bigger picture as to why Britain wants to take it away though. Like maybe it's the like
'cause
pretty
it's affecting
obvious.
It's
like what bullying and like cyberbullying.
Bullying, mental health,
yeah. There's a lot of
and like,
negative
bro,
side
like
effects.
kids just see shit that they should not be seeing. Like, how early did you see shit that you should not be seeing? Pretty young.
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Seventh grade.
Really?
I
It
don't-
was
I don't
like
know the
fifth
No,
grade for
that-
me.
that's not
Brian's
true. It
probably
was fifth
third.
grade.
I learned some bad things in seventh grade.
Yeah.
How'd I know? How'd I know?
Yeah, that was third grade was interesting, but like
Like think about that.
Yeah.
How you were
That's what I'm saying.
you weren't even
I was exposed to stupid.
you weren't even
stuff.
8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
It's
messed
bad.
up.
That's
It's horrible.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Like God forbid, like at least I'm smart enough to know right from wrong, like to an extent. Because with the knowledge I had in third grade compared to all the other kids, no.
Think
No,
about
that was
think
bad.
about how many kids are getting that information now at a
Yeah.
really young age,
No, it's
and
bad.
they're not all smart.
It's kids have too much freedom for too much access to information that they shouldn't have. That's basically it.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have that type of access yet.
And that's what I think YouTube's okay because YouTube does. I mean, say what you want about censoring, but YouTube does kind of have a kids platform, which is okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all kids.
I don't know if you've ever been on that. It's brain rot.
I'm saying they could definitely develop it better. I mean, shout out YouTube. I love you. You're great. But I think that there's I think that there's a way of going about it that is for kids. I mean, there's obviously a lot of brain rot on there. It's for toddlers and crap. But like if you had a platform that was dedicated more to like 13 and younger, 16 and younger, that's still informational, entertaining, funny, all of that. I think it would be better for society. I don't think that anyone under 13 should be on TikTok. I do not think that anybody under 13 should be on Instagram. I do not think anyone under 13 should... Actually, under 13 should have Snapchat. I changed my mind. I completely agree with that. No one under 13 should have Snapchat. Because there are horrible things that went around on that app in middle school.
Oh my God, that was
horrible
bad. That
things.
was really bad.
So let's be real. I would have avoided many, many, many mistakes in my life if I did not have social media at a young age.
You want to dive in deeper to those?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Now imagine these group of kids, right? Like, they're not really sensitized to social media. Whatever this new generation that's coming up for Britain, or what is it? It's Britain, right? UK. How are they going to be like? Are they going to? Do you know if they're going to have like courses or anything like that?
Well, I don't know, but if I were to do it, it'd be we're going to do courses. We do all that.
I would completely agree with it if they had courses like the stuff we were doing in elementary about digital footprint, what not to do,
and they can do that for
things
a
like
long period of time. Think about up to when you're 16. That's a lot of time where you can slowly kind of get introduced to it. You can kind of learn that, like, look, here are these people, because we've already now have people. At this point, we've had people who've gone through horrible things and ruined their life on social media. Look at the quarterback for UF. He was supposed to go play there, but then he ended up saying the N-word in a song and lost everything.
That's crazy.
And he was even validated by like his teammates and stuff. Like.
Yeah. So like really think about it. Like, that could have been avoided. I mean, if with proper teachings and all of that. Because let's go back to it. There's a lot of people back in the day. Like, if you said some stuff, you get your ass whooped, and then you learn your lesson.
That's it. Yeah.
Instead, social media, you're not learning your lesson in an easy way.
Sticks with you forever.
In a quote unquote easy way that sticks with you forever. I do love social media though. I'm an avid user. I'm a creator. I love it. We use it here on Boring People.
Yep.
Ryder, speaking of social media, shout out your social medias. We know you're trying to grow as a D1 baseball player here.
Mr. D1 over here.
Yeah, it's just my name, Ryder Woodson.
Ryder Woodson. It's going to be in the bio and description of this video. With that all being said, Ryder, thank you for coming on our podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. And we thank all of you guys for watching, listening, and enjoying. Have a great day, month, week, and year. And peace out, guys.